Oh my goodness. Election day, I get super excited. I can't sleep the night before.
It's intense, exhilarating. It's a choreographed event.
You just sort of hyped up,
It's always a lot to anticipate, so it's a little nerve-wracking.
It is a long, long day.
A normal election day, we open at 6. I'm up by 3. If I've slept any, because you're worried about oversleeping. So you're setting 3 alarms. You're waking your spouse up. Your spouse has set an alarm to wake you up. You can't be late.
I usually get to the office by about 4 in the morning that day. It is all day. I'm usually based here, but obviously we have our deputy clerks out in the field, obviously poll workers out in the field.
You're hoping that all the locations, the maintenance guys, somebody's opened the door for them. You're hoping all the poll workers show up. You're hoping that, they get the equipment and everything is ready to go by 6.
Your phones may start ringing where either somebody can't get a machine turned on and then we have to send somebody to them to help them. We'll talk them through it first over the phone and then we'll send somebody out if it's the machine.
We have lots of phone calls. Every now and then you'll have a voter come in with some complaints, so we anticipate those.
We have phone calls that are nonstop, honestly. Just questions about the ballots or questions about where they vote.
We work closely with the Attorney General's office and Secretary of State's office and State Board of Election daily if there's any issues during the day.
So around 4 o'clock, you start reaching back out to all your facilities to talk to your poll workers, make sure everything's going okay, preparing them, reminding them of what they need to do to properly shut down, basically making sure that if there is a voter in line at 6 that they are taken care of.
I want the numbers immediately. They can't bring those bags back here fast enough so we can start getting those results reported.
That's the best part, when you get to read those names off in the public and you've got every chair packed in this lobby and people are barely can get in the doors and and they're listening for their name to be called and how many votes, and you see the excitement and you see the ones that are devastated because they didn't win. But it's an adrenaline rush almost for me.
I've heard some of the counties, they say it's a tie. They've had to flip a coin or some way they determine the winner from that. We've not had that to happen yet. We have had some close and they've asked for recounts or recanvasses and it always comes back the exact same way that we had it. The numbers has not changed any and I'm thankful for that.
Even if our results get in an hour or 2 later, there's always some things we go over, things we do, make sure everything went as well as we thought it could have.
I'm just so grateful for my staff, for our election officers and their willingness to work, because without them and their time, we couldn't put on this election here in our county or anywhere in Kentucky.
Usually by the end of the day, around 11 o'clock, when everything's finished, it's satisfying because you did it. You feel like you were able to accomplish making sure that everybody had the right to vote, got to vote, and then you start already thinking, okay, how do I make it better? What went wrong? What went right? How are we going to make it better next time?